The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are 12-point home favorites over the Edmonton Elks on Saturday in what will be Edmonton's final game of the season. The Blue Bombers can clinch first place in the West Division with a victory and won their first two meetings of the season with the Elks, one of which came with Trey Ford under center. Who you got?
I've got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to win this game, and that's no disrespect to the Elks, who again have played well for the last half of the season. They didn't obviously get it done enough to push for a postseason spot. Their loss to Montreal last week, I thought, was frankly quite disappointing. But with that being said, I mean, this club, I mean, they're still 4-4 in their last 8 games, which is more than you could say for at least one team that will be heading to the postseason this year. So I like the Bombers to win. I also like them to cover. I think Winnipeg is going to come out here looking in front of a raucous crowd at IG Field to make a statement that they are going to host the West Final. I still think Trey Ford will keep things interesting. But despite the 12-point spread, I'm going to take the Bombers to cover here because I think they are just that jacked up to cover this spread, or pardon me, to not only make the playoffs, but make a statement about making the playoffs.
You smell that, Hodge?
What am I smelling, JC?
Maybe it's just me, but to me, it reeks like a trap game in here.
Oh,
You
please
agree?
don't tell me you're taking Edmonton. Really?
I think Winnipeg has had a tendency this season to come out flat in games where you thought that they should have blown out opponents. I mean, they lost to Ottawa, for God's sake, right? And the last time they played Edmonton, yeah, they won that game, but Trey Ford had them up by 3 touchdowns at the start before Winnipeg had to come back. You're coming off a bye and that huge win against BC. I think Winnipeg thinks they have the West entirely locked up. This is an opponent that's very easy to overlook, but also one that if you give even just an inch to with Trey Ford, that they can put up big points in a short period of time. I'm certainly taking the Elks to cover this wide spread. I think they can pull the upset in this game.